waiting for Matt. He said he was coming like 5 minutes ago. And me and James just got off the roof. We finished installing, oh, there he is. We finished installing the new wood stove on the, Matt was chainsawing, cutting down tweez. He took the Polaris back to the back half. It was cutting down some pines. And me and James finished installing the wood stove in the front room. So that is done. And, hello, Nugget. So that's what we's doing. We've been busy. Let me know if the audio video is good. The upload speed is 4 or 5, so it should be excellent, hopefully.
Excellent.
It's not 12 or 15 like usual, but 4 is better than 1. What do you think, Nugget? So that's what we're doing. It's been a very, very busy week. Matt came up with the food forest in a box idea. And what happened is everybody, we've gotten like hundreds of emails, literally, like without exaggeration. We sold so many so fast that I'm a little bit concerned. We're fine on, well, almost. We're almost fine on fig cuttings and mulberry cuttings. We're totally fine on goji cuttings because we can continue to take them because they're kind of evergreen. Mr. Soulless, so I'm not worried about gojis, but the elderberries are starting to get almost too awake to ship. I mean, they'd be fine if people were a little bit more experienced, but since we're dealing with newbies. The other thing with Fishing Man, the other thing with the grow pods, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword. Because there's a lot of technicality. MLW Fishing Man, there we go. Pennsylvania Girls. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword because when you transfer it to a pot, sometimes that peat pellet holds too much moisture on the cutting. And that's really only going to affect the fig. It's not going to affect an elderberry. It's not going to affect the mulberry. It shouldn't affect the mulberry. And it's definitely not going to affect the goji. And it's not going to affect the blackberry. But anybody that's getting any cuttings right now shouldn't even worry about peat pellets. They should be putting everything straight in the ground or in a pot, in my opinion, outside. Because even in the colder areas, especially with elderberry and blackberry, they're going to be totally fine until it warms up in your area.
And everybody that ordered a food forest in the box, it's going to be like a couple extra days actually because we ran out of peat pellets.
Right.
We had like 500 peat pellets or so, and we blew through all of them in 2 or 3 shipping days.
Mark.
So.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? Superfan Mark.
Yep. And I used your bee tool yesterday. I filmed everything. So our bees, both beehives, now have a super on top of them, which is super cool. So.
Yeah, the bees are jamming, y'all.
They're doing
bees be jamming. We've turned off the honey sales. One of the jars that we were working out of fermented, which fermented honey is good for you. We just didn't want anybody to get any fermented honey.
No.
And have a problem because in the pampered, synthesized society we live in, if everything is not aesthetically perfect with red dye number 5, it really affects people. So we don't want
it's actually really good for your gut health and everything like that. And you can't really, it's mainly, it doesn't even affect the taste. It's just really the smell of it. Just smells a little bit like
like a little, it's got a booch smell to it.
Yeah, like
the
kombucha.
kombucha,
Yeah. Other than that,
no, good for your gut flora, but you know, and we have quite a bit of honey to sell, but we'll see. We've been using a lot of honey, so
a little bit. Yeah,
so it's not a bad thing to have in 5-gallon buckets.
No.
So what are we doing this week on Wednesday?
What are we doing?
Aren't we going to the butcher this week on Wednesday?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we've been acquiring new cattle, mainly beef cattle lately. Me and James have been the transporters on those and everything like that. And so we have 2 beef cows now. They're not Longhorns, but, you know, beggars can't be
three.
choosers. Huh? Three.
Three.
Well, we have 3 that are secured. Oh, yeah, sorry. Dear me. Yeah, we picked up 2 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought we only picked up 1, but it was 2. We actually have 3. And we're taking 2? One. One on Wednesday. And they're yearlings, right? Yearlings? Or they might be 2 years old.
No, they're 2 years old.
They're 2 years old. So they're about 500 or so pounds, right? Yeah, 500 or so pounds. And,
yeah, they'll hang at 300 probably.
Yeah.
Well, finished, they'll be 300 probably.
The super cool place, the butcher shop and everything, they're butchering our cows for 70 cents a pound. And they got us in 2 weeks, I think.
Yep.
Instead of like a lot of these places aren't even taking orders or they're booked out until January, which is crazy.
Read alouds. I thought you said reloads. I'm like, oh, you're reloading. I thought you were reloading ammo. I'm doing reloads with the little ones. I'm like, wow, you guys are awesome. Heartway Farm, what's up?
What's up?
Sodbuster Living, how y'all doing? Brianna Gonzalez, Mark Gannon, Pennsylvania Girls, MLW Fishing Man, Aubrey McCann, of course, Mr. Solis, the super subscriber from many moons ago. Yeah, the Chris Ovard. Yeah, I can't believe, one, that they got us in, 2, that they're butchering it for 70. Hey, all day long, I'll drag it to you if you'll do that.
Oh, Washington.
Hey, Davina. Yep, yeah, Texas mom got to talk.
And then the other thing with the cows is that our neighbors across the street that got us started with Longhorns, we're doing a cow swap, which is super cool, in my opinion. So I bought 2 cows from him, and they were 2 bulls at the time. Then we made them into steers, and now he was like, hey, I'll swap you those 2 steers, because he butchers them and sells the meat and makes a little bit of money off of it for organic grass-fed Longhorn. So he's like, I'll swap you those two steers for any yearlings that I got, female yearlings, or even some 2-year-olds too, over in his pasture. So I was very excited about that swap.
Central Texas. What parts of Central Texas? Like Waco Central or Round Rock Central? Central, Texas is a very big center.
Yeah.
Very big. Well, I was going to say, so the old avian, okay, Copper's Cove. So what's that, north of Houston or north of Austin? I know I've heard of it before. Walker Farm Fam from the Okie Homestead Expo.
Oh, nice.
Good to have you on. Good to have you on. We had an awesome time at the Okie Homestead.
Yes.
Oh, west of Killeen. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the Okie Homestead meetup was epic.
Was very awesome. We're looking forward to going next year. So what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, I was going to say something about the avian flu that's going around.
Oh,
they're starting to pimp this animal fear porn again about the bird flu, and actually they're getting Europe. They're getting people in Europe to register their flock and all this stuff. This way they can CPR test your birds and say that you got the avian flu and you got to kill all your birds. So don't believe the hype. Don't eat the bugs. Don't eat the black fly larvae. And Gil Bates wants to feed you black fly larvae and the Impossible Burger. Matt, what's up, dude?
Yeah, they would love to fear porn you and then come and eradicate all these little backyard flocks because of the scary bird flu. Yeah, you know, they would love to do that.
Someone in our East Texas homestead co-op group posted that, and I'm like, don't believe they recycle that.
It happens every year.
Trash every year and get everybody all geeked out. Oh, animals are dirty. That's why you got to eat the clean stuff that Walmart sells, because animals are dirty
they're
and
like,
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, don't buy it. Don't believe any of it. All right, y'all. Just that's what you got to get your own piece of dirt and do your own thing and turn off the dum-dum box.
Yep.
The answer to 1984 is 1776. The Phoenix will rise. Nah, now that Phoenix Rise thing, I'm doing an Alex Jones funny. Okay, we don't aspire to the Phoenix rising because I don't like the end of that Greek tragedy. All right, so but there is truth to 1984 and 1776, but that would require. We need a different type of revolution because the lead and blood revolution, it's not going to end well. It's going to be very French Revolution-y versus American circa 1776. So don't allow them to suck you into the Civil War either, because they would love it. You know what the bankers want to do? Well, here we go. I'm going to get us throttled.
Why?
I'm going to mess with the algorithm.
Just when it was getting good.
It was just getting good, y'all.
We were just coming out of our 20.
We were just coming out of our
8-day
suspension.
quarantine.
We literally were. Okay. I'll be good. So what homestead stuff can we talk about?
Well, the other weird thing that's been happening around the farm too, that kind of stinks, is that we have about 3.5 acres of planted pine, and it's been planted for 20, 30 years now. And all of a sudden this pine beetle has come and is just killing like so many pine trees back there, even the big old growth pine, which is absolutely crazy. So before it rots, I'm trying to chop it up and get it into firewood and everything like that. I did a little experiment. This actually would be, not this winter, but last winter actually. About burning pine. It's kind of big, like a controversial topic. You know, you shouldn't burn pine and you should only burn oak and things like that. So anyway, I was like, whatever, I don't care. I'll just go ahead and burn pine, because actually a lot of other people just have access to pine and they can't actually burn oak without having it shipped in from another state. And it's quite expensive.
And all you have to do is clean your chimney once or twice a year. And
you just clean it. Yeah, exactly. So we burn it was about a 50-50 mix. I still am going to burn oak. I just like burning a 50-50 mix because around here there is a lot more pine than there is oak and hardwoods. So we did 50-50 mix last winter, and we came to the end of burning. I mean, probably a good 2 quarts of wood. And I was like, we should go ahead and clean it and see how much, build up. There was like barely anything.
Minimal.
So if you are very, very paranoid, they actually sell powder that you can, or a cube or whatever, that you can actually put in your,
every month.
Like every month or so, and it'll actually eat up the buildup, creosote and everything like that. But if you have the drill attachment that can clean out your chimney, it's super easy to do. So,
awesome. They received their box. Keep us posted if you're on socials.
Yeah.
If you're on any anti-social media, please post a pic. Keep us posted.
It was funny. I saw a poll from one of the YouTube channels that I follow, and it was like, do you use Facebook? And the 70% voted never. Like, they never use Facebook. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, it was pretty cool. There was only like 20% was like sometimes, and then the last 10% was like, I do
love my Facebooks, my book faces for me, my fruit groups, because we had so on some of the elderberry, we had burning aluminum cans. Wow, that sounds very that sounds very methy. No. So we had some, it looked like black aphids, and I'm like, oh no, what's that? So I'm part of an elderberry. That's what's neat about the Facebook thing, is you can get like every conceivable. I'm in like a loquat group, an elderberry group. So I posted the picture to, outside of Waco. Okay. I posted a picture to the elderberry group, and he said, oh, you got aphids, your nitrates are probably high. And then I was like, oh yeah, well we're running like 60 Muscovy back
60
there.
or 70.
And there's literally like 3 inches of duck poop on the ground, because the green, nothing's woken up yet.
And it's not wet. It's just all dry and packed.
Yeah, so now that'll wash and it'll come into balance, but I BT'd them. I sprayed them with some BT and it knocked them out
and
right away.
There's actually a good amount of wood chips back there, so you can't really even smell the duck poop. It's
No,
not
you
like
don't smell the duck poop,
overpowering
yeah.
or anything like that.
And our gardens are doing good. Texas Mom is experimenting with the kiddie pools and the grow bags, and it's going really good.
Me and James went, it was about an hour away from here, and a guy was selling he was on probably over 1,000-acre ranch, probably. And they use their mineral tubs for their cattle. And he was selling them for $1 a piece. He had 40 left.
Deal.
It was
they're
an
in
epic
perfect
deal.
shape.
I mean, pristine shape. Already all licked clean from the cows and everything like that. So, and they were just normal mineral tubs. They weren't like they didn't have Roundup or anything weird in them.
10 gallon probably. They're bigger than 5. They're probably 10 or 15.
Oh no, they were probably 20.
They might be a 20 gallon.
You think they're 20? Okay.
So
they're nice. They're very nice.
He was like, "I'll take $1 a piece." So we get out there. We forget to bring cash. So we're like, "Buddy, do you have any cash on you?" He's like, "Yeah, $15." I'm like, "Dang it,
buddy."
Mom had another lady that wanted some too, and so in all they wanted like 40 or so, and that's how many he had. He's like, "I'll just give you the rest of them." So we got
$15.
40 of them for $15, which was super cool.
Yeah. So that was neat. Very, very good deal. And and that's a really neat thing is if you can get those mineral tubs that cheap.
The downside is that we probably spent like $20 to $30 in gas trying to get there, because we had to go take James's truck all the way up there, and when it's hauling, it's probably only getting 12 miles to the gallon. Big old V8.
Why didn't you put the little trailer on the back of the minivan?
Because we were hauling a bunch of stuff.
We were getting other stuff too.
Gangsta.
That would have been gangsta.
Yeah, so we got the. What else were you hauling that day?
We
shelves and
we got some shelves and some downspout.
Yeah. We got our downspouts all hooked up, so we're back fueling
right
the
after
pond.
the storm, so that was awesome.
And we're getting some real good water Monday night.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, 1 to 2 inches. They're calling for crazy storms again, but we'll see. Our storm shelter deal fell through because my dirt guy took forever and a year to move it.
So originally, we were getting it for free, except for we had to pay like $2,500 to get it moved, buried, and everything like that. And the people didn't want it because they were like, "Oh, it's an eyesore, blah, blah, blah." Well, the storm came, and now they're like, "Oh, well, it's no longer an eyesore. We actually want it now."
They got woke.
Yeah.
It's amazing how the tiniest little thing can
just
change your paradigm and shift your whole perspective.
Yeah, that's right. We might actually need that.
It's
a storm shelter.
We need a storm shelter. That's cool.
So,
but I
that's
still
East Texas for you.
I still want to do a
safe room.
oak box safe room where we just cut oak timbers and we screw them all together, and then we bolt them. What I would do is
are you still enjoying your new ride?
Oh yeah. Oh, they've been working on it.
Yeah, I replaced all the brakes on it because they were due. Let's talk about something here. There's 2 problems that made this, which could have...
Which, with the guy that sold it to us, he said, "I know it needs some maintenance."
Yes.
And so he knew about this problem. He didn't say what it was, but he said, "I know it needs some maintenance."
He alluded to it.
So it's a great, And this is still a great buy.
It's still fine. But anyway, I didn't notice when we bought it, the back right tire did not have a lug nut on it. Did not see that.
That's what did it.
On top of that, which that wanted to jack it up 100%, but on top of that,
Well, I think
that's what did it too. But on top of that, to make it even worse,
the brake
the Bubba that was in there, that probably was the last guy to replace the brakes.
Before him,
Probably. If I had to guess. when he took the brake caliper off, there's 2 bolts that hold the brake caliper on. He only put 1 bolt on the brake caliper. So
lost the other one.
he probably lost the other one. Or he didn't tighten it up and it backed out and it fell. So we were driving around somewhere, and
Back from the ranch.
Back from the ranch and everything like that. And I guess along the way, that tire, the brake pad, actually fell out, which was awful. Yeah, exactly. Oh no. So anyway, so we didn't know that at the time, so we were using the brakes, and by the time we got home, the brakes were almost gone. Like, I was slamming on the brakes and they were barely working, and I was like, what's going on? So we took off the tire,
and it was shaking a lot.
and it was shaking a lot, which was not good, because that wouldn't just be brake pad related. I was like, that is really, really bad. Like, it was just, and I was like, this is not good at all. So we get it home, take off the tire. Well, it ate the whole entire caliper apart. The 2 little, if you've ever replaced brakes, it ate the 2 little caliper aluminum prongs that actually just hold the brake pad. It ate them through. And then on top of that, to make matters worse,
it broke the hub.
It sheared the hub.
Inside of that axle.
Inside of the axle. So we had to buy a whole entire axle, whole entire knuckle?
Yeah,
assembly.
The whole hub and knuckle assembly. We had to buy that. And then we had to buy a new caliper. And then on top of that, I just bought all new brakes. Brake pads.
It was easy to fix.
It was very easy to fix. We did not have to go out and call a Polaris dealer or anything like that. We watched 1 or 2 YouTube videos, and there's actually, it's so weird. It's like YouTube. If you've ever been on YouTube and you're looking for an exact video on something, like how to fix it, it's really tricky to actually find. Like, there's 0 videos on doing any work on our type of John Deere tractor, so I might even want to film some videos of it, because there's literally not a single video on our model John Deere tractor. And kind of like the same thing on our
just like
Polaris.
Super.
They're few and far between.
It was
only
what, $200 in parts. They bought a used hub off of eBay.
The used knuckle.
Used knuckle. Okay, yeah.
Because that's what saved us a lot.
And it saved us a lot because we didn't have
bought
to buy
it for like $38, and normally it's about like $150. Yeah. So the used one was really good.
All the parts were super cheap. Normally you would just be paying somebody man hours just to put it all back together. Took us only
we had to
an
freeze
hour.
the bearing and heat the hub.
And
hammer it on there.
Somebody asked, is there any tricks to rooting fig cuttings? Heat, 75 degrees. You can use a heat mat. It definitely works. I'm going to put it in a video. My outside rooting system, I have a black mineral tub, and I have a mixture of perlite and like HP Pro Mix or something. And I always reclimate my rooting, even though, the thing with rooting anything is fungal gnats. So can we turn on donations? You should be able to do super chats or whatever. I don't think we'll have to turn on donations.
No, there's super chats on this live stream, and we actually...
At least there should be. We haven't had a super chat in a decade, but...
Yeah, probably 5 years or so.
We used to get super chat.
Yeah, but we do have a membership. We have the natives too, as well.
And
we have a native section. We have a donation
and we have
tab. We accept crypto. Any crypto. We have a crypto wallet. Tom hooked us up with the crypto wallet.
I actually invested $200 into crypto.
Matt is a crypto.
Not much, just like barely. I just put a little bit of money in there just because it was kind of a little bit low.
Now, I gave Tom a hot crypto tip, and Tom tripled his money. All right.
Tom, I literally, quite literally. Yeah. So he bought Pirate Coin.
I got nothing yet. R. That's my crypto tip for you. R. I'm not good at blueberries yet.
Nope,
I have
stink at it.
I've had 6 different varieties.
We can't. We don't kill them. They just don't grow.
Yeah,
they just stay the same size.
I know they need the acidity.
Blah blah blah.
I treat them with.
And they're in sandy soil.
Yeah. I just haven't mastered the blueberry yet, and that might be something great in a container. To do the blueberry in a container, because the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing with too many animals, that animal pressure and manure pressure. But fungal gnats, if you pre-soak soil in boiling water, let cool before planting. Yes, and I do know people that nuke it and stuff like that, and I'm just I use Natrol for the fungal gnats.
So about the birds in the back and about all the pressure and the manure pressure and everything like that, we actually 2 or 3 years back when we got rid of our goats, we gifted 2 or probably 1 or 4
pieces of
120-foot premier fencing to some friends up the road. And they're now getting out of sheep. And we're going to see if they will hook us up with netting that we gifted them, because or just at least 1 or 2 of them, because I would love to have, now since the property's kind of more cleared, I would like to put them up in the front food forests areas and actually have them fertilize it, cut down on the grass. I don't have to weed whack or mow around every fruit tree. I know they'll do, the back food forest is growing 3 times faster than every other food forest on the farm. The mulberry tree is about this round, literally, and it's 3 years old or 4 years old.
Beast mode.
It's gigantic. So I really think they would do way better. Even if we put them over there just when they were dormant, But anyway. And the other thing that we are working on too is we are very highly possibly going to be selling fruit trees, like already in the pots, ready to go.
4-inch pot.
Put them in the ground.
Or a little
and let them rip.
quart pot. We will have fruit trees. It's going to be mostly figs. We can do elderberries. I can do some elderberries, figs in small pots.
Possibly peach trees.
Native peach trees. We have a connection where we might be able to do those in smaller pots. Maybe
not. We'll see.
For shipping, because the big challenge with doing the fruit cheese is the shipping. Yeah. Because to pack them right, the trees are going to probably be $35 a piece. The shipping's probably going to be $20 to $25.
But it's you're paying for convenience too, because they'll already be rooted, and you'll just stick them in the ground. So you'll have a head start too, which is super cool. So
figs are definitely. Can they stay outside in Connecticut? Now, if you do a lot of research on fig trees, what the old timers would do.
Here, go. We can move over.
Hey y'all, scooch over. Hey y'all, it's guess whose birthday it is today, y'all. Guess whose birthday it is today, y'all. Can anybody guess? Somebody guess whose birthday it is today.
I wonder who.
And if you check out our Instagrams, no, it's not everyone's birthday. I'm joking, Caitlin. It's Texas Mom's birthday today.
That's right.
See, James learned my trick.
That's right. Hey, Lisa Clark, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm 44 today.
Yeah, 44.
44.
Old Texas Mom, she's catching up with me.
Yeah.
I'm not ever going to catch up with him.
No.
You got it, Josephina.
Yep, it's my birthday.
Yep, she was crying. I told her it's your birthday. You can cry if you want to.
I was not crying.
No, so young.
I was not crying.
I have no idea what that means.
It's your
birthday, you can cry.
What? People say that?
It's a song.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what?
Mark says you look 22.
Oh, Mark. Wow. Well.
You suck up, Mark.
Well.
Hey, Mark's going to come and help us butcher ducks.
Awesome.
Mark, you've seen me in real life. Yeah, so you know.
That'd be awesome.
So I was saying, hey, so if you want fig cheese in a colder climate, so check this out.
I love that.
If you want fig cheese. So what they would do, because fig trees are, and I have Chicago Hardy, which is better for colder climates, but many times if they're in a colder climate, they will burn. Unless the caliper is very large, they will burn down to the ground. They grow back and everything in a fruit. But what the old timers would do would dig them up So you can dig up the fig tree and they would bury it. So in the winter, you bury it so it maintains its size. You let it go dormant. You dig it up, you bury it. And then in the springtime, you dig it back up, plant it, and boom.
Who's the fig guy in Pennsylvania?
The fig guy. Boss, Trees of Joy. He grows in greenhouses. There's lots of fig guys in Pennsylvania, though.
Yeah, I'm
but
thinking.
Boss is one. Boss Salmon.
He's got them in a lot of pots in the backyard.
But that's the guy that runs What the Fig, and that is.
He's in Philadelphia, right? Or
oh no, you're thinking of Ross Roddy.
Okay.
The fig boss.
He's in Philly.
He's in Philly.
Yes, and he has
Ross
them
Roddy,
in
the fig
pots,
boss.
so that's an option, right? So they could bring them into the garage, right? Like I'm saying, if they didn't want to bury them, say they could keep their fig trees in a pot and then just bring them into a garage. That would be warm enough.
What is Texas Mom? Okay, so James, tell everybody what you made Texas Mom for her birthday.
Without her knowing.
Unbeknownst to her.
I made vanilla chocolate strawberry cheesecake.
And it was gluten-free and
Gluten-free, dairy-free, but it was incredible.
It was actually outstanding.
It was pretty spectacular, and I had 2 pieces. And then I went on the treadmill for a little while.
Bury is, you have a bit of a Canadian accent.
You're gonna bury it.
I do a lot of accents because I like to keep people guessing.
Yep.
Not any of the people that are on our live stream that we are aware of, but all the people that are on our live stream that I'm not aware of. So I like to change my appearance and the way I sound.
You change your appearance.
Funny. I go like this.
You think that?
So what do you do?
I'm
with
like
all
Will.
your
I'm like
figs?
Will Smith and Chris Rock. All right, acting.
What do you do with all your figs?
Yes,
What do I do?
good.
I
all
eat
your
them.
figs. Really?
I eat
No
this
way.
year. I'm going to eat all of them.
Yeah,
y'all.
I get like 1 or 2. They eat them all before they bring them in. It's your birthday.
And I
it's
have
your daughter's
massive
17th.
brebas on like 60 or 70 trees. This year's exciting, y'all. There's gonna be so many figs. I don't think the kids will be able to eat them all before I get home. From slave labor working to make fiat currency.
True.
We will see. We will see. Hey, Annie. Annie said hi, and then
Hey, Annie.
somebody said it.
Oh, I got to be nice. Annie's on here.
Yeah,
She's
be
like
nice.
Texas Mom's alter ego. She makes me be like nice and talk normal.
That's right. Keep him straight, Annie.
She keeps me straight.
Good luck. Good luck, Annie. Good luck in your ministry. God bless you in your ministry. Somebody said it was their daughter's 17th birthday.
And any
that's
pruning
cool.
is you
Happy
prune
birthday.
it low, you keep the middle open, and you got it.
So
You can pull the trees down, make it weep.
So Fig Boss, is that his name? in
That's
Philadelphia?
Ross Roddy.
Ross
the
Roddy.
Fig Boss.
If you're in colder climates, that might now. If you're up there where Annie's at, that's a whole different thing. So, but if
It's
you're
cold as
even Connecticut's kind of high. But
Connecticut's kind of high. A lot of people in Connecticut are high.
no, I'm saying it's
That's
higher
just kind
up.
of where it
It's
is.
geography with Texas Mom. A little higher. Pennsylvania,
higher.
Connecticut.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Homeschool mommy.
Good thing the kids have books to study.
Good thing there's the internet and books.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about something else.
What are we going to talk about?
Talk about your gardening.
Divina's on here. Divina. How do you say it?
Oh, Divina.
Awesome.
Divina,
Hi,
yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk about your garden.
Talk about your garden. People are asking.
My
Texas
container
Mom's
garden. Hey,
garden.
we've named it. So me and Grace have claimed the garden as the fun garden this year. It's called the fun garden. We decided
garden.
that last night. We were
Oh,
calling
this
it
is
the,
new. I didn't hear
the
about this.
fun garden.
The fun garden.
And Grace has tons of ideas for the fun garden. She wants lights hung up. She wants a hot tub in the fun garden. She wants. That's probably not gonna happen, guys. But unless I can talk Texas Dad into. Did you see who was it? Was it Plant?
Yeah, you don't got to talk me into getting a hot tub.
Was it Plant
Who's
Abundant?
Look, y'all.
The temporary. No,
Joey
wait,
B.
stop. The
Joey B's
the
paying for it.
temporary hot. The not
Joey
temporary.
B.
What is it called? The
Hey,
blow
speak-
up
Okay.
hot tubs.
Oh, dude,
they're on
they're
Being good, y'all.
Amazon. They're really nice. I think it's Plant Abundance.
No, we're gonna
Yeah,
build
Plant
it.
Abundance.
And
We're
they
gonna
put
build
it
a cedar
in-
hot tub.
Yes.
Yeah,
There you
dude.
They put
A
it in-
wood-fired hot tub.
They put
Like,
it in their greenhouse. So anyway, so maybe
Oh, really?
that would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool
Have a
if
hot
I
tub
could
in
ever
your
build my
greenhouse.
greenhouse.
But if a tornado takes out the greenhouse and the hot tub,
I thought
then
it was
will
really
cry.
cool.
Yeah.
And I would
That-
I'd probably die.
If any of y'all watched the news this week, Joey B.
Come on now.
Mentioned-
We're supposed to be talking about my
Joey
garden.
B mentioned there was going to be food shortages, and Joey B
Was the voucher on?
couldn't even consider to think of
Any solution.
mentioning like, hey, plant a tomato plant.
No, don't do that.
What do you
Don't
think,
that.
Joey B?
No,
There's
stand
going to
in
be
line.
food shortages.
No, stand in
Wait
line.
for the feds to hand out.
With your pokey card.
He said
Yeah.
everyone will feel the food shortage.
Oh, good. That's
but
awesome.
but something really neat. I want to point you to some resources. The Ice Age Farmer, Christian over at the Ice Age Farmer, he interviewed a guy. This was such an awesome idea, and I'm like, wow, that is like. So this one guy who didn't have any dirt, right?
Okay.
Okay. So listen, y'all. I want dirt. I want to go. I don't got any. Wah wah boo. Right. So what he did is he went to some older people in his community that that did not have the ability, right?
Okay.
And but they had dirt,
No
y'all.
way.
Uh-huh.
Really?
They had dirt, and he was like, hey there, neighbor, listen, if you let me work your dirt, I'll give you some of the proceeds from your dirt, and then I get to use your dirt.
Yeah.
You get to benefit from me using your dirt.
That's pretty cool.
That is like
Good.
awesome.
Win,
all right?
win, and you're building community.
Exactly.
great.
You're helping someone that's one of your elder statesmen, right? You're helping an older person. I mean, it's incredible, a great idea. You're meeting somebody new. You're helping them feed themselves. They're not capable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then here you're using somebody else's dirt.
Plus, you're helping.
Nobody said it had to be your dirt, right?
You're helping each other.
Yeah.
Greg Judy, yeah.
That's awesome. I
Use
think
somebody
that's
else's
great.
dirt. Borrow dirt.
There
If you don't have dirt, borrow dirt.
you go.
And you don't need that big of a
Finance.
I mean, just front yard, backyard.
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean, it's
Jim Kowalski, right?
amazing.
You can do so much on 1 acre or less than an acre.
So much.
It's
just
incredible.
in a little area. The amount of food you can grow is really just amazing. So that's what we're doing this year is container gardening, also dubbed as our fun garden. So it's
Fun garden.
fun gardening. And the whole thing went with a twist. I don't think I've given them an update video yet on it, but
Uh-oh.
it'll be coming. There's going to be lots of container gardening videos coming. We were kind of just like backed in the corner and doing container gardening.
Our videos are backed up, speaking, because I know James has a window video, right?
I can't stay
I got
on
a couple
top
of
I have a
videos.
how to
Matt,
install the
We got
window video. And
tons.
how
I
to
can.
turn it.
I post a video every day.
not
But-
on the weekends.
Oh,
Slacker.
Why
Slack
not?
that.
It's like
He's been doing
What
everything.
a loser.
I know.
So-
It's not like
Stinking slacker.
Since
Loser.
Ryan does nothing.
yeah.
Loser.
definitely.
Yeah, I love that idea though of using your neighbors.
How awesome is that?
And you're building that relationship. That's really
That is
cool.
just awesome.
Yeah. So
I
we're
mean-
going to have lots of container gardening videos coming out, fun gardening. So if you have kids, if you have little kids, if you're just wanting to get started with gardening, these are going to be great videos for you to watch. And we're going to just experiment and see how much food we can grow in these containers. Now, we have like a couple beds laid out too that are like in the ground beds, but I kind of used the fabric cloth and went around the edges of them. So
2 reminders. I'm trying to remember. The poor memory.
so that's gonna be like my couple exceptions to container gardening. They're like sweet potatoes and maybe some other stuff we're gonna plant. But yeah, the kiddie pools, totes, 18-gallon totes, they're cheap, and growing, making our own compost, making our own in the totes, doing it all like super contained. It's really fun and easy, and it's the fun garden. So we're gonna try fun gardening this year.
So we blew it on our potato slips this year, y'all. We're not going to have any potato slips.
It's
Sadly.
Sorry. It just,
Weird.
We
they didn't take
started-
off.
We
We
started,
started
in January.
early. Yeah.
January.
Yeah. And they just didn't take off.
They just didn't do anything.
We've literally got close to 100 messages being like, we bought sweet potatoes from you before. We want sweet potato slips very bad this year. Nobody's selling sweet potato slips this year maybe it was a bad year for everyone this year.
It's okay.
Or,
we blew it. They just
or you have to go buy them, and they're like $3 a slip or more. So, but maybe next year.
Yeah. And
we're gonna try earlier.
And then, so on the food forest, so I wanted to say this. So we turned it off for right now.
Yep.
We still have we filled a bunch of orders today. We still have 20 or 30 boxes to fill. If when we get done that, we can if we can turn it back on for a little bit, it's only going to be for a little bit, but we're going to turn it back on. We are going to start having some trees.
Yep.
So if you want to wait for trees, that's cool too.
what kind of trees are you gonna have?
It's going to be almost exclusively. It's going to be fig trees, elderberry trees. I can do some gojis. I should be able to keep everything small enough that I could should be able to do everything. I could do the Primarks. So
moringa.
yes, that one I'm going to have moringa trees. Good call, Texas Mom. I forgot about the moringa.
Yes.
Love your laundry wash, candle, honey, and I bought.
Thank you, Teresa.
Awesome.
We appreciate it. And then somebody said,
Whoa.
I want to link up and learn and barter. So we're down.
Sweet.
Please, thank you. You're welcome. Send us an email. countrytexasboys@gmail.com.
We love bartering.
We the botas.
So if you missed out on the cuttings, on all of the fruit tree cuttings, just hang tight because we are going to have the trees. And so you'll just be able to buy the trees and plant.
You know, if you don't want to do that, you can just wait until this fall and
we'll
everything,
turn the cuttings
you
back
know,
on.
You'll have from...
Our stuff goes dormant late, though.
It does.
It goes,
you know.
We're not going to have cuttings till at least probably December or January.
Christmas cuttings.
Fall.
Christmas cuttings.
There'll be Christmas cuttings.
Real funny, Texas Mom.
Very funny.
It's true. Hey, most people buy gifts.
Well, that's true.
Just because you don't buy gifts, you Scrooge.
Bah, humbug. Well, I don't do any of it, but there you go.
Yeah. So anyway, so we got James and TD got the fireplace totally done in the front room.
And the fireplace is the same exact fireplace that we have in our tiny house.
It's the wood stove. Same wood stove.
Same wood stove.
Yeah.
But in the front room, because we were dealing with ceiling joists and rafters, we had to have it closer to the wall, so we're going to do like slate tile or something on the wall as a surround.
Right.
Because we couldn't maintain 24 inches. So I think we're at like 16 or 18. 19.
19 inches.
Oh, it has to be 19?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
It's only
James
like 15
did,
inches.
like, hey, for the record, James does like 99.9% of the building, and then TD is just there for like
I'm for
consultation.
supervisory consultation.
Yeah.
Yes, we put a mirror up there. Thank you for noticing. Texas Mom spent a lot of money on that. That was her birthday present, y'all. $100.
Craigslist.
That's her birthday.
It wasn't
Beautiful.
$100.
How much?
75.
It
99.
How much was it?
And then we drove 2 hours.
Buddy,
so.
2 hours. Yeah, so with fuel, it was $100. And so.
Okay, with fuel, it was probably it's Craigslist. It was an antique.
Yeah. Buddy is out with
Junior on the pond.
On the pond.
In the rubber dinghy.
In the dinghy.
In the dinghy. 2 dinghies in the dinghy. So there you go.
Buddy's really been.
Here he comes.
Never mind. Speak of an angel. Here he is.
Oh, Buddy's bathed.
Wow.
Buddy's bathed, clothed, and in his right mind.
Check that out.
Check him out.
Bible reference for all you Bible geeks.
Oh, what did it? Did it? Came only to give birthday super chat.
Aww.
We'll pay pounds. Oh, John from Chicklift. Oh, hey, John is sending us our latch. Hey, wait, y'all. Wait till you see this.
Okay, John. We went on a super epic job with our neighbor, who we go on hog hunts every once in a while.
And we took the Polaris out the other night for the...
Oh, yeah. We have to talk about that.
Yep.
And we went on a big welding job, just us and him, on a 500-acre ranch, literally, like, as the crow flies. It's probably only 2 miles away from here. And it was epic. We were in the middle of a field, just welding up a cattle chute, and it was super awesome. We did all that. We got thrown in head first. That's how we always are. We always love somebody to show us something once, tell us something once, and we will, just take it and execute. So we worked for 6.5 hours. He was able to just do the welding. He said he was welding, cutting, measuring, doing everything. So we were able to just take all of that, everything except for welding, and do all that stuff. So we did cutting and everything like that. So it was super fun. We loved it. It was super cool.
They learned something.
Yeah, we did. We learned a lot. We learned that it's pretty easy, actually.
You had another welding job, though. You had a ranch job.
I had another
6 months.
Yeah, ranch job.
Months.
It was that was
welding.
It almost killed you.
Literally almost killed me. For those who don't know, I learned what it felt like to work like over a 60-hour work week. Yeah. If it was legal, I don't think so. But anyway.
You worked more than 60, way more.
Yeah, it was way more than 60 hours in a week.
Legal is a relative term, y'all. We are all illegal.
Yeah, when you wake up at 6 and then like get home at 3 or 4 in the morning, yeah, it's fun.
Life.
Yeah,
and
so.
You've been welding.
Yeah, and you've been welding and chasing cows and stuff, but that was fun.
Yeah,
that was a fun time.
That was
in my
good
life.
until it ended.
Good learning.
Yeah,
experience.
and then at the end, a cow picked me up and smashed me against a 1-inch steel plate, and then threw me up in the air, and I landed. It was awesome. A lot of chiropractor.
That was the end of that.
That was the end of that. I was like, okay, it's fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
They were really nice about it. They were like, if you want to, like, get some insurance money from us or whatever for the chiropractor. And we're like, no, it's okay. We don't need to sue you.
Yeah.
So they were really nice people.
But there was a couple of other older guys that were like, yeah, we know people that died.
I wouldn't be doing that.
They died like that. So anyway, so we were talking about John's lock, his
Dude,
new...
that thing is like
guys,
epic.
We have it.
He had like King Kong try to bust down that door.
Amazing.
And that thing was like solid.
It was a cow that did you the old flip-a-do. It wasn't a bull.
No, but
and it was an Angus.
It was a Charlet.
Oh,
so
big
it could be a
big
bull. I mean, pretty much. It was a gigantic.
Well, Charlet, they're big owl.
Yeah.
And there was nowhere to go. It wasn't in a field. He was like in a chute.
And there was mud, like almost knee-deep mud. So I was stuck. I couldn't move when it was coming at me. I was
it was a bad situation.
Gonna have to take it.
So,
He took it.
I took it.
Took his medicine.
That was the end of that.
Yeah, that one was.
It was just the logistics of how they did their operation.
Yeah, they didn't have kids. So that's what they needed. They needed a kid to run the place. That's what they wanted from me.
Yeah.
To be their son, practically. And I'm like, I
Kinda,
can't be that because I have my own family to do and be with. So I really can't be your son.
Right.
So.
But I'm saying the logistics too.
Oh,
There's a lot of other people
goodness.
that work cows very safely.
Yes.
There was some logistical
Yeah,
things.
this was interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have a really cool product coming out, and we're excited to share it with you guys. From Chick Lift.
Yeah, and I'm doing
really excited.
I'm doing kind of like a really cool remodel. So, and I'm doing some entry doors. So I might show them the lock.
Dude, it's like beast mode. It's like crazy.
Yeah, because these doors that these customers wanted, they wanted solid steel doors, and I'm like, dude, they put the lock on this thing.
No one's getting it.
Nobody's getting in.
Yeah.
Not even the people that watch this channel that shall remain anonymous.
So how's everybody liking the new kind of flow of the channel with like a little bit of Buddy,
a little bit of this, a little bit of that,
a little bit of James, a little bit of Texas Dad, a little bit of me, a little bit of everybody's liking that whole flow, just getting to see everybody and not just so much of one way.
One thing.
Our demographics are moving a lot.
Yeah.
We're starting to get some more males.
So the one thing that we did for the first time, which was super cool to do, is we went on a hog hunt. Now, did we shoot any hogs? No. We shot beaver, though.
Shot beaver.
So we went over to...
Every time we go hog hunting, we shoot everything except
the hog. So we went out, we used grape Kool-Aid with the corn.
You did?
We did.
Kool-Aid!
Yeah, we did. Because we had a couple people say they used it and everything like that. Maybe if we went back that morning, we might have been able to get something, but we didn't because we had other things going on. But it was super fun. We were able to go take the Polaris out there with their guns and everything like that with Dad. We drove around a 200-acre ranch. The cool thing about the Polaris is that it already had a big 52-inch light bar, and it's like
Very
over
nice.
10,000 lumens.
Yes, it's very nice.
It's good. It's a fun activity now. Like,
Yeah.
just if you want to go out for a couple hours at night and go like predator patrol around.
Yeah.
And it's really, I mean, hey, every little bit counts. You know, if you can get a coyote or a hog or something, that's amazing.
Buddy, when he posted that video, he set 2 traps in that video. He has already caught 1 gigantic raccoon and a possum.
And he does have the pelt.
He filmed like half of the process with the coon. He's almost totally done with it now.
The huge coon pelt.
It's gigantic. It's probably 3.5 feet long by like
probably
2.
Like a 50-pound raccoon.
Yeah, by like 2 feet wide. It was gigantic.
We almost were going to eat coon soup. Right, Texas Mom?
We weren't doing
No.
that.
You weren't going to can up some coon?
No,
we weren't.
because
But it would be like canned coon.
no.
Tropical.
No.
You didn't want some canned coon? I like
Put
canned
a little
coon.
pineapple and coconut in there. Canned coon.
Canned coon.
That's funny. So I am going to be doing lots more canning. I have been doing lots more canning. We canned all day yesterday, me and Miss Grace. And those electric canners are so
awesome.
nice because you can multitask and you can let the canner work, and then I just get everything in the canners and then I just go do something else. So that's really, really like freeing to be able to do that. So
Sup, Rip?
So I've been canning. We got big plans to work through the rest of our chickens and get all the roosters processed because we got to get them out of that run and get the run totally clear and ready for our new birds. We got new chicks that just hatched and they're in the brooder, so they'll be there for a few weeks. But we got to work on getting all those roosters out and done, especially before the heat comes. And then we really need to get all the ducks done. So I'm thinking of canning a lot of my duck meat too.
What was the door event?
Event. So
I bet you, because we bought the 2 stoves, right, for $800 a piece.
Okay.
And man, I bet you it was more than $800
for the pipe.
For each one, for everything, pipe and cap with the thimble.
So
he knows.
Dura Plus is what we ran through the roof, and then the DVL, which is the Duravent double wall, which we ran inside. So that was 150 plus 2, so that is, so we get 350, and then if you add that up with that pipe, which was 350.
All together.
Oh, and then there's that other pipe, so $450.
So to get from the,
But with the tiny house, it was
because of the clean out.
Oh man,
Yeah.
the tiny house was
Because
a
we
lot.
had to go
The
up.
tiny house was a lot.
The tiny
over
house was,
and then back up.
But he might be able to go straight up through his roof.
Yes.
No, Rip already
tiny
bought his
house
pipe.
was 600 to go through the stop because we went through the wall because you have to have pipe to go up, out through the wall, and then out, and then back
And the
up.
one thing that James found is if you bought the kit from Home Depot, it was cheaper than buying it from Amazon.
Way
Like a lot cheaper.
like hundreds of dollars.
You know,
cheaper.
maybe you could do a video and just like say all the different parts of
We don't do that.
what exactly
That's
you
too
use.
educational
Well, I was
and too step by
going
step.
to video doing that chimney like I did videoing that chimney. That way people would have like both styles of what you could do. But then it's when you're doing that, it's really hard
to video it and do it.
Yeah.
because you need like every mental.
Yeah, and I was asked to video it, but I was inside canning.
We got the stoves from Ace Hardware,
Ace Hardware,
right?
yep.
Yep.
Ace Hardware. They're the Pleasant Hearth, 1,800 square feet.
Pleasant Hearth,
1800.
1,800 square feet.
They're all made in the USA, which
They're very nice. The quality's pretty good. I'm
Pretty good.
very pleasantly
I
surprised.
mean, the people at the hardware store had to beat them up a little to make it.
yeah,
just like
they were a little
plastic.
too nice, so I had to smash on them a little
Yeah.
bit. So, Mom did get through all of the pumpkins, canning all the pumpkins. About what?
No, I didn't can them. I froze the pumpkin.
Well, yeah, sorry.
But now she's gonna can them.
Now you're
But
gonna
now
can 'em.
I watched Rachel from 1870s, and she showed how to can. I think it's been about 5 months back now. She had a video that she canned her pumpkin puree, and she gives all of the details and how to reduce the acidity.
Oh, we never
and
did
all of
that
that
giveaway for who guessed the right amount.
Well, I don't really know. I didn't put it in cans. The whole thing
No.
kind of backfired on me, guys, because I got it.
But we still estimated.
I have literally a freezer almost full, like 3/4
We're
way
terrible,
full
y'all.
of
We could
pumpkin.
have done a giveaway and we didn't do it.
So,
But we did have our 1,000th order, and
On the website.
it's a fellow Texan,
Which
and
is
they're gonna
crazy.
get something cool.
Cool.
They're gonna get something cool in their order. We don't know what it is yet.
1,000 orders in like
1,000 orders,
in 8
y'all.
months.
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
10,000 orders.
I'm
As
excited
Chris Walken
about-
would say. That's cool.
I'm excited about their tree stuff going forward. That's going to be a lot of fun to be able to share the trees with you guys. I think that's going to be really cool. And of course, we have still all the coffees and all the teas and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just be checking back on the website often and just always check it out and see what's going on over there. So yeah, that's pretty much, I guess,
We covered all the happy high notes
it. Yes.
and all the
There's a lot of cow business going on.
lots of cow business.
We got done half of the shop roof.
Yes. We did
We're gonna jump back on that project soon, probably,
Yeah.
maybe, kind of, sort of, right?
kinda.
Get it
We
done.
kinda
been-
need to.
It's been like crazy between trying to get the
We need
animals.
like
I
what
need to have like 5 more
we,
kids.
yeah.
I don't know why
we need
like.
duplicates
Yeah.
of all of us.
Hey, but our
We had-
biggest tip if you're young and you're starting a homestead,
Have lots of kids.
Have lots of kids. It
Like,
helps.
There's a
like David the Good.
There's a
Yeah.
reason that they had lots of kids.
That
Guy's
guy's
got
smart.
like 10 kids.
Yeah, smart guy.
Good
Yeah.
God.
I'm like, surely I have more children. Like, where's
Yeah.
the rest of our kids?
Yeah, the second batch of 3 are taking too long to grow.
Yeah. Taking too long to germinate.
Yeah.
I've had coffee trees in a small greenhouse
They got
that
sucked
got
up into a tornado.
destroyed.
Yeah.
So once I have a greenhouse again, I probably will have coffee trees. We probably
our
will have
coffee
citrus trees.
distributor has a coffee tree that they want us to give. They want to give us cuttings off of.
Yep.
Ah.
Oh,
What?
got his arm
Edger at
cut
a
off.
sawmill.
Wow, Josh Lay is in Lindale. Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah.
How
Thanks,
did he
Julie.
get
Yes.
his arm
Ooh.
in that? Man.
Edger.
What's that?
Oh,
Rabbit
well, it's an
nest.
edger.
Oh,
Yeah,
those
so.
things.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm,
That's wicked.
that would hurt.
Those edgers.
that's awful. Yeah. They're careful as they can be.
As much as we
you
can
know,
be.
But the stuff that they do is dangerous
Caitlin's
stuff.
gonna become a native.
So
Awesome.
we just have to. I just pray really hard and try not to think about it.
Yes.
Because-
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta pray and you gotta be really smart and don't be stupid.
And
Yeah.
And
I tell my kids all the time, don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
All around.
I mean, it only takes 1 second of
Yeah.
not
Gotta
paying
pay
Paying
attention.
attention.
Gotta
full
pay attention.
attention.
Boom.
You're
Full
distracted
attention.
for 1
And
second.
your arm goes flying off or
Mm.
something
Oh.
crazy.
Oh.
Yep, you're messed
Yeah,
up.
I'm so sorry.
Pay
Yeah.
attention.
Oh, I mean, chainsaws. We've heard horrible
Yeah.
things about chainsaw accidents and fires
Yep.
and all kinds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's
But it
not
happens.
it's not easy work.
Uh-oh. Little
We're
being-
what
we're
is he-
being filmed.
being videoed, y'all. Being watched.
Are we taking pictures?
Yeah, he's
of
taking
us?
photos of us.
He's like
Little
a million
text.
photos.
Little Tex.
Is taking.
He's so sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
So
I call him
how
CIA.
do you plan on stockpiling foods like canned goods and glass goods if radiation
Uh-oh,
is
radiation.
going to get to be absorbed by the glass? Better to prep for apocalyptics. Yeah, we're not we're just prepping for a 6 month to 1 year food
we prep for
storage.
life. We're not prepping
prep
for
for
the
tomorrow.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when the mountains start crumbling and stuff,
Yeah,
guys,
that's kind of tricky to plan for.
When
Like
the-
if you
when-
prep for every apocalyptic thing,
Yeah.
you probably won't have anything.
You prep for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never
Most
know
of
where to
that's what we
start.
call fear porn, y'all.
Yeah, my dad.
We prep for
is
life.
A logger, very true. Be careful. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be
Yeah.
careful. Yeah.
Yeah, just being very careful, and when things are going too smooth, you got to be on your guard, because that's normally when something's gonna happen.
And you do use your, your
Chainsaw
safety
chaps,
stuff.
helmets, as much as we can. Try to use all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Use the proper safety equipment.
Exactly. Don't be stupid.
Yes, Kat,
Don't be
I
stupid,
am enjoying so much. I think we're both enjoying this phase of parenthood. Like, it is a blessing to just have we love our teenagers. Like, I don't even use the word teenagers. They're just young men, but we love having them.
Teenager was a psychological word coined by
Right.
a
Really?
shrinker guy.
Kind of to make
to-
them more like kids.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never actually knew.
Yeah,
the
that's where the
whole deal.
teenage word came
Yeah,
from.
Yeah.
it became like this thing, this phase of life where you can do foolish things and whatever. But we love our young men here, and they are a blessing to us every day. I just, you see it a lot where families, you put in all this time and this effort
Yep.
to raise up children, right? And you're so diligent, and you raise them.
Yeah.
And then they turn like 14, 15, 16 years old, like your most valuable time when you
Exactly.
finally
Yeah.
have a capable, responsible young person in your life that can do things.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
send them off to like some minimum wage job,
Yeah.
and like
So
and, like,
foolish.
Yeah, exactly.
that
And
is
they make
like,
no money.
and then
Yeah.
you put them in the world,
And they get the worst influences.
and the world just chews them up and spits them out,
Yeah.
and it's like
For what? For $10 an hour.
Yeah. Exactly.
for a minimum wage job.
I mean, prostitutes make more than that. you know?
There's just there's so much value in them at home doing the things that you've been doing and you've been training them
Yeah.
to do. So it's amazing. I mean,
Yep.
I know it's really old fashioned, but you just do see how
So old fashioned.
the farm life
Yeah.
really
The
does,
agrarian.
like, they're needed. They're super duper needed. Like,
Yep.
even when they go and they do jobs like, their welding job and stuff for the day, like, there's so many things that fall by
And
the
that's not
wayside.
even like that's been the first job we've done in probably 3 weeks or so.
Well, and I'll be super honest, the guy that hired me said, they work like men, and
He's like, you three work harder than anybody I've ever worked with.
yeah, and they usually get that compliment.
Yeah.
And I explained to them, I'm like, look, this is why you can't be doing this all the time, because
Exactly.
it's no offense to whoever pays them, but they can make really good money in their business. And
Exactly.
if they work some menial thing making 11, 12, 15 bucks an hour, they can make more than that working here
Yeah, exactly.
in their own thing. So they just have to make people aware of that. Say, hey, I don't mind working for you, but I got to make 20 bucks an hour at a minimum.
A minimum.
And and no offense, it's just that I can make that at home, a lot using just my brain power and,
Instead of,
simultaneously getting
force.
stuff done around here.
Exactly.
Right.
So
And it's
just
hard. You want to be a blessing to
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
want
neighbors
yeah.
and community.
Exactly.
And you want to be able to help when, you need
Exactly.
help. But it is a balance.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
somebody said something about my new pantry
Mhm.
arrangement.
They like
and
it, Texas Mom.
I
Uh-oh.
love it too. It's kind of funny that the lighting in there is very dim, and it's almost
cave-like.
it's like mood lighting. Like you go in
Yes,
there
it's very moody.
and you're
moody.
like, it's kind of relaxing in the pantry.
It's relaxing.
It's really nice.
Relaxing.
And
It's
it
where
smells amazing because of the soaps.
The soaps,
And just think, if you had
coffees.
Cancun in there, you could say, I'm going to
No.
Cancun.
Yeah.
First of all, you would never want, if Buddy will tell you half the things he finds in the raccoons while he's skinning them and stuff, you would never ever want to eat
I don't want to eat
raccoon
it. I
in
don't
your
want to
life.
eat it. No.
You found
No.
what? Yeah, I'm not even gonna.
If
go
it
into
was
there.
we
It was
were
bad.
dying type scenario.
Maybe
Maybe. We'll see.
Frogs would be better.
frogs would probably be better actually.
Yeah, well, definitely.
I don't know
Well,
because
I
Buddy actually eats frogs actually in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the summer when they're big.
when they're big,
Buddy's
they're like
a frog
giant.
sniper.
Yeah, he cooks them over the fire.
It's right on with the work rationale. Yeah, I know it makes you kind of feel a little snotty when you say that, but
yeah,
you know, people don't understand that. You know,
you
but
know,
I've always I've always said if you could make more, should you? I say yes.
Yes.
You know, you have a responsibility to redeem your time, and you know, it's not that you don't do menial things. We all do menial things. We shovel poop. We do all kinds of menial things and clean things.
That's how they learn how to work so hard.
Yeah,
but when you prioritize your time and you focus your time, it's part of the reason why I kind of can't leave my day job, because I make incredibly good money, and I'm very thankful, and I praise the Lord for that. But
and that was the thing. Normally, what I do like to do with our jobs, our new jobs that we go on to, I do like to go there, work the day, show them what we can do.
what's up? Yeah.
What's up? So then they're not like, okay, these kids are super smart. They want to get paid $20+ an hour. Yeah, right. You know, like, really, are you going to work that hard?
Yeah.
You know, so I do like to show them up front and be like, you know, and physically show them that we're going to work our tails off, you know, and you're going to be able to tell us once, and we're going to be able to cut precisely, you know, 40 pieces of pipe, and they're going to all fit and everything like that. So, yeah. And we're not going to stand around with our hands in our pockets and have him perpetually tell us what to do and the next step. And then like this too. This is always good. I heard he was like, oh man, we forgot, because we had to cut some big sheets. And normally we put the factory side up, which was already smoothened. So we accidentally put the cut side up. So he's like, I'm going to take a rasp and make it all smooth. And we left, and he was like, oh, stink, I forgot to rasp that and make it all smooth. I'm like, I already did it. I did it, you know, while you were doing something else. And he was like, oh, that's awesome. So, you know, just doing certain things like that, paying attention. You know, so.
Yeah. If you need somebody to tell you what to do all the time, you will always need somebody to tell you what to do all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And Jim Rohn said that if you need a manager to manage you, then they have to take that out of your pay to pay the manager to manage you. If you don't need a manager, hey Joe, if you're listening, if you don't need a manager to manage you, then you don't need to pay that manager, right? You don't need to be managed. If you are autonomous and you have a gifted brain from God and you pay attention and you do, you won't need a mangler.
And I think some of that comes back to raising children, right?
Yeah.
And training children.
Right.
And being diligent with your training and your raising them, that I will make it so stinking miserable and annoying for you.
She does.
That you will follow the directions and you will get it done and you will pay attention, because guess what? Like,
She almost has me trained, y'all.
I know.
I gave up
And
on
it's
him.
her 44th
I
birthday.
gave up on him.
Yeah.
I don't train him. His mother trained him. But I'm saying, I think some of that is that. Like, who is training your children? Who is with your children all day
Texas mom's
long?
starting to preach.
I'm just saying that some of what
That's
they
good
do
stuff. I don't believe in women preachers,
on
but she's
when they leave
doing a
the
good
house
job.
and they work, some of what they're saying is that they had a mother like nagging their butt like every single day, all day long.
It's a skill.
And
It is a very good skill.
and you just get tired of that, and you learn how to just, I'm going to do it. Like,
just do
I'm
it.
going to feed the dogs, and I'm going to clean up the buckets, and I'm going to go clean up the yard before she harasses me, because she's going to harass me.
Yeah.
Like, it's true.
It's true.
And then you don't have to harass people anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You do get some gray hair.
It's true.
It's true.
Good point. Good point.
Anyway, that was all. We lost
That was for free.
everybody.
That was for free,
Everybody
y'all.
left.
Everybody's
Everybody
just
left.
like, everybody
free-
stopped
that was free
commenting.
parenting
Everybody was
skills.
just like,
Savannah's like, never mind.
okay, see you
Parenting
later.
101.
We're not friends.
Peace out.
That's not in any Christian
Somebody
mom.
say something.
That's not in any Christian mom book.
No. Oh my goodness.
Nag them to death.
Nag them to death. Till death
What do you
does
think,
its
James?
part.
James always sits in the background, just sucks it all in.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to be told anything to do.
No, he's too busy. They're absorbing the info.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's part of the job.
Don't encourage her.
It's part of the job. If you nag correctly, you will have to nag very, very little when they get older.
Exactly.
I'll have to think about that one. I'm gonna ponder that.
Not for you.
Oh, okay.
He's in
I
a
thought-
different category.
Oh, great.
He'll be
Lucky
nagged
me.
Lucky me.
I don't nag him.
Lucky
I'm
me.
so lucky.
I quit.
Well, we were watching Paul Volcker last night, and we were watching Truth Game on the Trust Game from True Stream Media, and Paul Volcker said, we should bow down and thank our lucky stars. Oh, great job, Paul. Yeah, bow down and pray and thank your lucky stars. Good job, Paul. Yeah.
I would say if you're making it in the big city, you can easily make it in the country. I think it's
Very
a whole lot harder to live in the city than it is in the country.
Yep.
So don't let that intimidate you.
It's called caring, not nagging. Way to rebrand it, Lisa. Good job. Yeah, you can call it whatever you want.
Right. I love you too much for you to be a slob. Yes, yeah. Country living is, I think, a lot easier than city living.
It's because it's real.
I can't imagine.
Because you can just open the door and let your kids just
It's
run
way
out
too-
there
it's way too
and be
real.
like, see
Yeah.
ya
People don't
at
like
dinner
it, it's
time.
too
And I'm
real.
not
know?
talking about like having 50 acres. Like if
No,
you just get a little house in the
couple
country
acres.
or rent a house in the country,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what we did.
that's what we did, and you can just have a little postage stamp for a backyard.
Yeah.
But at least if you're in the country, you can have your chickens, you can grow
And
some food.
a lot of people don't know, but our main farm is only 5 acres.
Right,
We have
correct.
two other places that are 25 and 20 acres, but we only go over there a couple times a week. Our main homestead is only 5 acres, and we only farm about 2.5 acres. The rest is planted pine.
Yeah.
So,
you can
there you go.
You can grow a lot in your backyard. Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, unless someone has some questions, we'll probably bounce.
Yep. I got to get out in my garden.
Uh-oh, Texas Mom's going
The
outside.
fun
It's
garden.
kind of late.
The fun garden.
It's kind of late.
I'll have to wait.
Are you wearing your fun jeans to the fun garden?
No, I'm wearing my.
Oh, you don't wear jeans.
I'm
I'm
wearing
sorry.
my fun maxi skirt.
I made a funny.
My fun maxi skirt to the fun garden. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that you've been doing, and that's going to be coming out too, is your more bee videos.
Yes.
bee videos.
The
Yeah.
bees are doing
The bees
really
be doing
well.
good, y'all.
They've like doubled
Now, I
the
want
size.
to tell you a little story about the bees. Not the birds and the bees, just the bees, all right?
Okay.
So we wanted to get bees.
So scary.
So we wanted to get bees, and we kept saying, we should get bees. And this
For
year,
like
we're going to get bees.
3 years.
Right?
That's
Right?
what every year we kept saying.
Yeah, we're going to get bees. This year is going to be our
It's
year.
the year.
And I think it's fascinating. I thank the Lord. The Lord just blessed us so many, especially when it gets warm out and you're outside. Because, like, pretty much, like, on Saturday, I get up, drink a cup of coffee, and I go outside, and I don't ever come back inside.
Well, wait a minute. Back up. On
here we
Friday
go.
night,
Look out.
when you get home from work, you don't come inside. You get out.
No, you pull in
of
the
your
driveway
truck,
and do
then
your rounds.
You putz. I mean, he does that every night. But on Friday night, he putzes for a long
Friday night party!
time out there.
So,
Okay, go ahead. So Saturday, yes, Saturday's all day.
I feel so overwhelmed. I love our life, and I think,
Yeah.
it's taken work and time,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't happen overnight. And but I am overwhelmed with gratitude
Yeah.
for our life, and it's just fascinating when you think of all the little things. like the bee thing, you know, hey, we're gonna get bees, we're gonna get bees, and then my really good friend, probably one of my best to better friends that I can even think of. I don't have a lot of friends, y'all. I think it's because I'm mean. I think I'm a little too real for people.
Yeah.
But
it scares people.
it's scary.
It's so scary.
If I'm not in this paradigm, you know, it's very scary. If I'm not in their paradigm, whatever. So we kept saying we were going to get bees, and then my best friend says, hey, I'm making some life changes with this whole work thing, and there's requirements, and I refuse to participate and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to become a professional apiarist, or however that works. And I said, yeah, sure, whatever we can do. How can we help you? What can we do? You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring all these bees down. And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever you need, man, whatever you need. And then he brings them down, and it was successful. I think the project was successful. And then it just so happens like, oh yeah, and I'm going to leave 2 hives here, you know? Yeah. And so not only do we get the highs, yeah, I can, preachers have a way of scaring people. Not only did we get the hives already set up, established, but we got the training and everything to go along with it. That's the way God does things. When he answers, it gives you the desires of your heart. Yeah. One, I think that verse is talking about he gives you the right desires. Yeah. I don't think it's as much about getting your questions answered and getting your lucky when you rub the lucky rabbit's foot kind of thing. But I think he actually gives you.
He changes your.
He changes your desires.
He changes your wanter.
And then you have those desires, and then he's like, well, first you're going to want that, and then I'm going to give it to you, you know? And not only am I going to give it to you, but I'm going to give you all the training and everything you need to facilitate it. And it's fascinating because when you're out there in the trees and the blooms and you just hear zzz, and they're everywhere. And it's just working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. You know what it doesn't sound like? It doesn't sound like concrete. Nope. It doesn't sound like honk honk. It doesn't sound like the boom boom music. You know what I mean? But
don't encourage it.
Doesn't sound like any of that. It sounds like what it's supposed to sound like. It sounds like what it was created to sound like, and you're participating in that, and you know that I'm supposed to be doing this. Yeah. And how much more fulfilling is life when you know that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then by doing it, you create abundance. And there's no food shortage, Uncle Joey B. There is no food shortage, Joey B.
Slimy Joe.
There's no food shortage.
He's a good guy.
You know why? Because we planned ahead for the food shortage. There's no food shortage. We have abundance. I'm not speaking some prosperity, speak it into existence, nonsense. But I'm saying you plan a little bit. You just plan. And then you work your plan. And you know what? No plan survives first contact. I learned that
so true.
From the military. And I was never in the military. And I never will be in the military.
None of us kids will be in the military.
I'm in the Lord's army. But no plan survives first contact. Yeah. And you try, fail, and you adjust. And everybody was like, how do I do this? And what's the secret? And what's the shortcut?
Just do it.
You just do it. And you fail at it. And you stink at it. And you don't do it so good.
Then you get back up.
Then you do it a little
brush
bit better.
Brush the dust off. And then you try it again.
You do it a little bit better and a little bit better. And you're like, when I did this worked.
Yep.
And it's observation. It's literally what science used to be.
Science.
It's not science now. It's not about the droplets.
Dude, that guy's been off everywhere. Like
he's missing.
He might have died.
He didn't die yet.
Maybe they froze him in a
He didn't die yet.
Maybe they put him in the
Remember that thing I was talking about, the desires of your heart? I'm making a Fauci funny, y'all.
Oh.
Anyway, he didn't die yet. All right. He didn't die yet.
Sadly not.
Um,
Those guys take a long time to die.
they take a long time to
know,
die.
man.
It's all the baby's blood.
Stop,
they
don't
drink.
die now.
Oh, I did it again.
now,
Sorry.
now.
Adrenochrome.
Going too far.
1776 and 1984.
Way too far.
And I did. I blew it.
Back to the bees.
We have our own beehives now. We have two.
They went from being, it was super cool.
How many hives do we have here?
People. Lizard hives.
Stop. We see.
What?
Annie, where are you? You
So,
were supposed to be keeping him in line.
It's the Merovingian
Annie left.
bloodlines.
Nope.
So, we got 2 beehives. They were super, super weak, on the brink of like dying, pretty much. And the bee guy,
They got the booster.
pretty much, with some tea tree and lemongrass oil, and we just kept feeding them. And he said, eventually, when you have 8 frames that are full of bees, totally packed full of bees, you can put a super on top of them. So that's what I did yesterday. I checked on them. Both the hives grew by 1 whole entire frame of brood. I found the queen in the one hive. The queen's in the other hive. I didn't check as good on the second hive, but both of them are doing very good. They have very solid brood patterns, which is very good. It means you have a very healthy queen. So that was super exciting. So I still have to feed them nectar because they don't have any capped honey or anything like that. But their nectar flow right now is pretty high with all the flowers and everything that's coming in. So I have 2 supers on top of that. Eventually, when they fill those 2 top supers, and when there are about 8 frames full of bees, I will put a queen excluder on that, and then I will put another, I think there's a honey super on top of that, and that will just be for the honey.
To take honey.
And the bee guy said, I was like, how many honey supers can you put on top of the 2 brood supers or whatever? He's like, you can go up to 5. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. So you could actually have 7 boxes stacked up there and possibly bring in hundreds of pounds of honey just from 2 hives, which is awesome. And we have plenty of nectar around here with all of the fruit trees.
Yeah.
We have so many fruit trees that it's like when one's done blooming and blossoming, another one's coming up and budding out and everything like that.
So you're really enjoying the bees.
Yes.
It's funny that he enjoys it.
I really like the bees. I experienced what like a full-time job of being a beekeeper was, maintaining 60 hives. And then when you go from that to just maintaining 2 hives, it's so nice. It's super easy. You can do it in your kitchen. You can mix up your little 2 gallons of syrup. You don't have to do it in a 55-gallon drum with pumps and
mixing up 110 gallons.
Yeah, exactly. Doing like 100 gallons of syrup and stuff like that. So it's very nice. So anyway.
Super cool. So they're gonna be seeing some bee videos coming out too.
It's an awesome life, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
An awesome life.
No.
Super blessed. Undeserving.
Nope.
We did nothing to deserve it.
Nope.
Yep.
But we will be thankful for it, and we will maximize it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah. And glorify the Lord,
Yep.
and we will speak and say what we believe and share it with everyone, because we didn't do anything special.
Nope.
It's not us, and
There
we're
was
not here to glorify ourselves or say, look what we're doing and look at us and all that. That's not the point of any of this. It's just to point people to the Lord. So, and what he has done for us, he can do for anybody.
Yep.
So,
yeah, we're not special.
we're not special.
No, we weren't
We're
chosen.
not special in that kind of way, but some people think I'm very special.
Very.
In other ways.
Some people
in
think
other
you're
ways.
super special.
Texas mom thinks I'm
I think
very
he's
special.
really
she
special.
She thinks I'm touched by an angel.
No, I didn't say that.
Are you going to be doing any clothing videos, Texas Mom?
Super tracks are
Clothing
not
videos.
so So super chats aren't turned on? Why
I don't know. YouTube
That's the
loves to do
goobs.
that.
Yeah.
They love to poke at us. When I posted Buddy's video,
Yeah. I would.
They were like, they were like, flick.
If
they
you
turned
wanna
off
do
the
that,
comments.
Send it to our PayPal. Then the dope tube doesn't
Or
get it.
buy something
30
from the
cut.
website.
Yeah, buy
Yeah,
something
that's
from the
right.
website.
Buy something from the
Get
website.
something. Then you get something
Then
in
you get
return.
something,
That's kind of cool.
And that's a
It's fine.
blessing. That's
Whatever.
That's awesome.
We have, all types of stuff.
Am I gonna do
little stuff?
I haven't thought
big
about
stuff.
doing a clothing video for a long time. I haven't, and I have changed up some things, so I probably could.
And I've thought about like doing pink like highlight streaks.
Dude.
Growing my hair a little longer. And doing, like
mullet.
Pink Kool-Aid mullet.
Yeah.
With some maybe like a cross earring.
Oh my.
Oh,
like
cross
that.
chain.
Yeah, because the cross is Christian, so if I put it in my ear,
and like a cross tattoo.
yeah.
Forearm.
When it's Sol Invictus.
And oh my soul. All the technology. So fresh.
Sorry, y'all.
Are you gonna like dye your beard bright blue?
Yeah, with Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Oh my.
All right, y'all. I think we're gonna get off of here.
Yeah.
I got to go.
We got stuff to do. Mom's got to get in the fun
in
garden.
the fun garden.
David Burns, the beekeeper. All right.
Okay.
Yo, Spence.
What's that?
Oh, Texas Boys Cuttings in the ground.
Oh, boy.
Keep us posted on the Instas. Are you going to have skirts?
I don't know.
Oh, everybody's clamoring
I
for
know.
the skirts, Texas
I
Mom.
don't know. I
Dye
don't
your
know. I
eyebrows
don't know.
blue.
I don't
Ouch.
know. The skirts are.
Laborious.
It takes time.
Yeah.
I got to pick it all out.
Yeah.
And then I have to.
We pretty much just do. It's
wait
like
for
doing
it to
all the
come
shipping.
in,
Yeah.
And then
All the
I
shopping,
have to take
shipping.
all the pictures,
Shopping,
and we got to
yeah,
upload them, and then we got to organize them, and we got to number them
Make
all.
sure everybody gets the right
And then we
one.
got to do an ad, or
Make sure there's not belly dancers on the skirts.
We got to
Yeah,
post
man.
each one.
Belly
And it's
dancers,
just
terrible.
it's a lot
It's
of
terrible.
logistics. And guys, right now I'm busy. Like I'm still in super prepper mode. Like so.
Yeah.
I'm like super Canon garden prepping.
I don't think we have any skirts
We don't
left
have
in
any
the store.
skirts left.
I think we
I have
can.
a couple secret ones.
Uh-oh.
We
Texas
actually
Mom's
have a
holding
couple.
out on
I
y'all.
have a couple that
For some large Marge ladies, like you got triple extra large.
he doesn't know anything. Don't pay any
No.
attention to him.
I
If you
like
want a
messing.
skirt, just email
Just
me.
email.
Just email me. and
Don't
then-
email her. She's never
I
going to
have
email
a-
you back. That's
We'll
like,
see it.
That's like leaving her a voicemail, y'all. Don't you
It's full. It's full. You can't.
Try leaving her a voicemail, y'all. You
It's
can't.
like this voicemail box is
This
full.
voicemail box has never been listened to. What person leaves a message on their voicemail and doesn't ever check it?
And her
How
I'm
hard is
busy.
it to check
and
it
her
on a
voice,
voicemail?
like her voice recordings, like if you leave a message, I'll never listen to it. That's literally what's on there every time.
I don't do well with that thing.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
You just check.
Texas Mom.
All right, I'm going in the fun garden.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all. Thanks for hanging out.
All right.
It was
Catch y'all in the
fun.
next video.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Yes, I'll-